A very good evening to all of you. Now let us uh, once again find words to give condolences to the brave 30 patriots who have lost their lives in a chopper crash in Tamil Nadu. And of course, the main leader was Bipin Rawat, General CDS India. Morning, we were giving some details about first CDS General Bipin Rawat. But since we know that the helicopter in which they were flying, that was Mi-17V5. So now it is high time to explore some information regarding Mi-17V5 helicopter. Now let us see. The Indian Air Force has got this Mi-17V5 helicopter which crashed on Wednesday, in which the first CDS General Bipin Rawat and others on board were dead. One still is struggling for his life, Group Captain Varun Singh. Of course, he's in military hospital in Wellington. This Mi-17V5, which is crashed, belonged to the 109 helicopter unit, which is based out of Sulur, Tamil Nadu, from where they took off. This Mi-17V5 is a Russian-made military transport helicopter, and it comes from a family of Mi-817. For a detailed information about the flight, it has got DFDR, that is Digital Flight Data Recorder, and a CVR, which is Cockpit Voice Recorder. In combination, you can call it a cockpit black box or something like that. And the information which I have collected from many sources, this Mi-17V5 belongs to first 2008 contract was signed in between the Russian and Indian governments to supply 80 Mi-17V5 helicopters that were medium lift helicopters. So this is high time to see the pictures of Mi-17V5. So this is an Mi-17V5 helicopter in flight. You can see this helicopter parked, but the difference you can see, this is not an ordinary transport helicopter. It carries guns on both its sides. So it is a kind of helicopter which can be used for war situations. Again, you can see a Mi-17V5 helicopter with the logo of Indian Air Force. One more picture of this cargo transport helicopter. The first 2008 contract, which was just for 80 Mi-17V5 medium lift helicopters, that order was expanded up to 150, and they were all assembled at the 3 base repair depot Chandigarh. So there are definitely some variants of this Mi-17V5 helicopter. The first is for carrying the troops. It has got 36 seats, and second is the cargo transport, which carries definitely some loads and all. And the third is with emergency floating system. It can float. So there may be three different variants. And as far as the flying of this Mi-17V5 is concerned, we need to have a three-member crew. Number one is the pilot, of course, he's the main one. Second is the co-pilot, and third is the flight engineer. And finally, there is one person who manages the load. So the load master is there. As far as the engine is concerned, the twin engine single rotor scheme, tail rotor dolphin type nose, it has got a lot of avionics has been done. Starboard sliding door and a port side widened sliding door. So this is all about Mi-17 V5 helicopters. Now let us talk about, we'll see. You would like to see what is the maximum speed, what is the cruise speed, what is the service ceiling, maximum takeoff weight, what is maximum payload, flight range. So those details I'll give you one by one. It has got a maximum speed of 250 kilometers per hour, and the cruise speed is 230 kilometers per hour. The service ceiling for this helicopter is 6,000 meters, that is 6 kilometers, and the maximum takeoff weight is 13,000 kg. Maximum payload it can carry is 4,000 kg. The flight range with main fuel tank is 675 kilometers. It can fly up to. And if you equip with auxiliary tanks, this flight range can be increased by 1180 kilometers. So this helicopter is manufactured by Kazan Helicopters, and they claim the helicopter has the ability to land even on a single engine configuration in an emergency situation. So if this is that kind of helicopter, and definitely one should not be in doubt, if a helicopter is used to carry the chief defense staff of our country, it should be the best one, and it was the best. So what has happened? So as per the experts, throughout the day I've been searching for was what may be the cause of this accident. Number one, it may be a bad weather condition. It may be kharab mausam. The second may be the technical snag might have been generated in the engine or elsewhere. The third is it may be pilot's mistake. Fourth, it may be a sabotage activity. No doubt, if this helicopter is carrying the most, I should say, the highest rank of the Indian Army, along with the responsible officers, there may be some people in or outside the country who may be planning some conspiracy or something like that. But one more thing has been noticed, that this terrain on which this was flying, it has the target of flying 70 kilometers, that is from Sulur to Wellington. So the way is only 70 kilometers, and it was just 8 or 9 kilometers to fly to reach Wellington. So it was simply a 3 to 5 minutes time. So on this very time, pilots are supposed to prepare for landing. The terrain is such that on one side there is a very high hills, and the other side is a very uh, sort of valley sort of thing. And on the peak of the mountains there are very tall trees and all. Sometimes what happens, because of there's a lot of moisture in the air, so sometimes the local cloud formation at a very low height happens, and it is so dense that it gives you zero visibility. So if that sort of situation might have come before the pilot, he may not be able to see what is going to happen or where we are heading. So if that would be the case, definitely it might have crashed with the tall trees which are on the cap of the mountains and resulting in a crash. Of course, the black box has been searched, so a high level committee is about started to uh, investigate. After the investigation, of course, the reports will come, and based on those reports, we are going to take corrective measures. But those are the talks of the later hours. The today's the at the point of time we have lost our CDS General Bipin Rawat along with her wife. We have lost one brigadier. We have lost one lieutenant colonel and some others. Total 13. And Group Captain Varun Singh is in hospital. He is in very serious or severe condition. He is on life supporting system with 80% burns on his body. So we may pray for his life. Tomorrow, I think the cremation, the body of General Bipin Rawat is going to be brought to Delhi, and it is going to be uh, cremated with full honor. And with that, I conclude this session of MI 17V5 and the death of Bipin Rawat in helicopter crash. Thank you very much. Jai Madhav, Jai Govinda, Jai Gopala. नीचे से काट दो, कटन